If you've seen the previous few videos, you've probably noticed that I've been putting the snakes in this little container with paper towels, sort of as a white background. Well, that worked all nice for the vipers. But now when we're getting to the cobras, it didn't turn out so well. Where's the white background? Regardless, what are we even looking at? Well, this is a black Pakistan cobra. And no, this is not B-Pack. With how rare black Pakistan cobras are now, I'm fortunate enough to work with two, one of them being my very own. But this is the one that made me fall in love with the black Pakistan cobra, and you might notice too that this one does not have the white lip that B-Pack has. As I'm going through the footage and the pictures, I'm a little sad that the majority of it wasn't really in focus. It's a shame, and I'll have to try it again another time, but oh well. Now we will see all three Naja in this video. The black Pakistan cobra, the Indian cobra, and the Sri Lankan cobra. All of them are Naja. At one point, the black Pakistan cobra was a subspecies, Naja carachiensis. Some people still refer to them as a subspecies, but since the herpetologists that study them refer to them as formerly carachiensis, and now just Naja, that's why I've always just referred to them as Naja. Did I sound like a nerd right there or what? Regardless, this is the Sri Lankan version of Naja. We talked about in the rattlesnake video where different ranges of certain species can have different colors, different patterns, even different venom. And that's also the case with this species. The ones found in Pakistan are black. The ones found in Sri Lanka, this one isn't a great example of it, but they have black on the bottom part of the hood. And you'll see a little difference with the Indian cobra. It's much more brown, but this one has like, I don't even know how to describe it, a lot of white and just a little bit more black in it. Another very common name you hear referred to this species is the spectacle cobra, due to that pattern on the back of the hood that looks like a little spectacle pattern. And even some of the Naja found in Pakistan that are black, you can see that spectacle pattern on the back of the hood. With mine, B-Pack, you can't see it. With the one I showed you earlier, you don't see a pattern on the back of the hood, but some do have that pattern. And there's actually a whole different species that we'll see in this video that has that same pattern as well. How cool is that? What else does that pattern look like? Does it look like something else on a human body? With these pictures you can see the white that I was talking about, and with the Indian cobra you won't be able to see that. It's much more brown. And also some of the Sri Lankan, not only do they have black on the bottom part of the hood, but they'll have banding as well. It's very beautiful. Those are probably one of my all-time favorite cobras on earth, the Sri Lankan version of Naja. Awesome. And the black on the hood pattern that I'm talking about is a little bit below the hood marking, so right where that white was starting on this one. And I wish I had a picture to show you. A friend of mine is actually getting a Sri Lankan Naja that does have the black there, so I'll have to show you. This is the Indian version of Naja. You see what I'm talking about? There's a lot less of that white. I guess there is white on it, but it's more of the skin, not speckling in the pattern. I didn't capture any video clips of the Indian version, and there's actually two different ones, but I just took pictures, which you are seeing now. Some of them are in focus enough, but they wouldn't stop moving, so it was difficult. I'm a little bit disappointed in the cobra footage that I got, both pictures and videos, because I just wanted to improve the quality, and here I go, barely getting them in focus, but I promise, I was doing my best. They wouldn't stop moving. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good, right? Let me know. Now here's the next cobra that's a whole different species. The black and white spitting cobra, Indo-Chinese spitting cobra, Naja siamensis. They sometimes have that spectacle pattern on the back of the hood, even though this one doesn't really have it. Some do. In the rattlesnake video we talked about variability and pattern, and the Indo-Chinese spitting cobra is one of those that has a lot of variability. Some are banded, some have that stripe like you saw, some are kind of speckled, and this is a snouted cobra. What? This is the first African species of cobra that we'll see, and if you know my page, you know that I have a banded snouted cobra, so there's variability in the snouted cobras as well. Some are banded, some have a uniform pattern like this one. It's almost purplish. Very beautiful. But I think the banded version of the snouted cobra is the most beautiful. unreal. And even the offspring, so when a female lays a clutch of eggs, some can be banded, some can be uniform pattern, all in the same clutch. Isn't that just amazing? And look at that. Do you see what I mean by the purplish coloration? It's very hard to capture on camera, but you can see it on the hood. Now, snouted cobras get large, up to 8 foot long. Just amazing. But I hope y'all enjoyed seeing these cobras. Let me know which one was your favorite. And here are a couple pictures of Nubby, the West African banded cobra. Look at her. We haven't seen her in a while, have we? And then there's going to be one random picture of a monocle cobra. But we're actually going to talk about Naja some more, because there's a few interesting things about them. I just can't end the video without talking about them. As I mentioned, even within the same species, venom composition can change if they're found in different locations. And that's the case for the Naja. Those found in Pakistan do have different enough venom that anti-venom from India or Sri Lankan versions of Naja don't work against it. All this would be based on the type of prey available in that environment. Isn't that just fascinating? One thing that always intrigued me about Naja found in India is that those found where people live are now behaving much different than their jungle counterparts, even though the populations may be very close. One of the factors that come into play is that people attract rodents, and Indian cobras especially are rodent specialists. So, the availability of prey, once again. And that has now led to them being active different times of day than, again, their jungle counterparts. It's just so fascinating. There's so many interesting things about snakes. I could just go on and on. Wow. And about the prey thing, I know this is going to be a completely different thing, but there is a sea snake. When you think of sea snakes, you think of very, very toxic venom due to capturing fish. They have to be able to subdue the prey quickly or the fish will swim away. Well, there's one sea snake that now only eats fish eggs. No reason to have venom anymore. Now they do not have venom glands or teeth. That is just so amazing, isn't it? And last time we talked about a rattlesnake that lives on an island, the Santa Catalina Island rattlesnake that has no big hooved animals, has no need to have a rattle. Over time, lost a rattle, and now it's just a little nub. A rattleless rattlesnake. If that doesn't blow you away, I don't know what will. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the footage and pictures. And click like, click subscribe. And big shout out to my channel members. If you want to support, become a channel member. Get early access to videos, exclusive videos, and a shout out at the end. Big shout out to my Patreon members as well. If you'd like to support me over there, you also get early access to videos, exclusive videos, and a shout out at the end. And big thank you to those that donate in other ways. I'll be back as soon as possible. I did get some pictures of some other vipers that aren't rattlesnakes, but I don't think I got any video clips. But maybe I'll put them together and upload a video showing you those pictures. I don't know. I don't want to bore y'all. But I'll be back soon. Love y'all.